And so in this project, we had to do, the methodology was kind of challenging. So first we had to work with the documents from the control of budget because we could get them online. When we picked the CBROPs and compared to the control of budget, we found quite fascinating things because for the same year, the same department, the same quarter, the same county, the COB and the CBROPs had different figures. And so the first question we asked ourselves was, which figures do we now use for budget credibility? So that was the first challenge. As we clean data, you find a few errors here and there. Another challenge was you've come from different counties. Unajua how they shift departments. Yes. So 1 year this is youth, sports and something. Next year it's education, youth and so even tracking money in those 4 years, because we did 2014-15 to 2017-18 was a challenge. We also used the COB, the CBROPs, Auditor General, the quarterly implementation reports. We were able to access them. However, they were not public, so I had to get them via email for those years, especially 2014-15, 2016-17. And all this is to look for justifications. What is each document telling us about why the county is not implementing the entire budget? Okay, we picked health as a sector to present today. So on average, recurrent was 84%. So that is for the 4 years for Nyeri County. The national average was 80%. So it was just slightly above. However, when it comes to development for those 4 years, it was at 56%, right? The national average was 58%. So we are saying development, we are not doing that well. So you kind of find, especially development, it's erratic, but performing even worse, even going downwards. A sector like health, we find in 2014-15, the recurrent absorption was 103%. Okay, 103. 2015, 91. Then 2016, 104. 2017, 121% absorption. So it's a heavy one. So when you hear 121%, it really, for recurrent, it really makes you wonder. For development, 2014 was 80%. So 80%. Then 2015, 70%. Then 2016, 95%. Then 2017, 11%. Okay, quite a drop. And I'm not sure that is development for health. Okay, so it's erratic, but 2017-18, down. So of course a few issues were like the IFMIS, downturns, kulikuwa na challenge ya disbursements. However, we kept challenging this because the same way John has said, why is it one department is absorbing more hata kama kulikuwa na late disbursement, yet procurement mnatumia the same department, procurement process ni the same, IFMIS system ni the same. Kama kulikuwa na downturn in Kenya, in Nyeri, haikuangukia one department and another one was left. When we did budget credibility, it's not just about spending, it's also about revenue. So like local revenue, counties zilianza, they were very ambitious. Our county was very ambitious. It set 1.3, then it ikaita 1.4 billion, but then it could only collect half, right? And as these came into play, they started realizing these affecting our budgets badly because of pending bills. And so over the years, they have been rationalizing the target. So right now it's at 1 billion. Now, why is this very important? It's because the target of 1 billion is what is captured in the budget as if it's money we shall collect. And so that 1 billion, all of it is committed to projects. So when you don't collect the 1 billion, there is a gap, okay? And that gap leads to some few issues. And this is where you start seeing pending bills, because someone supplied and there's no money because we didn't collect the 1 billion, okay? And so that brings in the issue of also budget credibility. And the final thing we also discovered is that between quarter 1, pesa ile allocated in quarter 1 and quarter 4 is very different. Okay? So there is a shift. So somehow you'd expect if we gave you 100 shillings at quarter 1, at quarter 4, the allocation should still remain as 100. However, supplementary budgets are done in there, and we find you either have less or more by quarter 4, which also raised that issue John was alluding to. So if we would expect, if we had the best way of planning our budgets, then we wouldn't need the supplementaries to adjust monies.
I wanted to know,
Yeah.
what is the revenue collection for Nyeri?
The revenue collection.
The target is now is 1 billion.
Yes.
What is their collection?
2017 was like 600 and something. Then we came into 2018, 760. And now for 2018-19, it's around 840 there.
Supposing a contractor was given something to
Finance department inapewa budgetary reserves that will cover the pending bills. Okay? So that is how my county handles it. And so when you go there, budgetary reserves ni pending bills hizo.
Now that we have seen there's a very big decline when we look at the development expenditure.
Yeah.
Does it mean that Nyeri County has already established structures in all these facilities? They don't need to construct more of these buildings. They don't need more development. Maybe they started with the huge developments, or initially the national government they developed these facilities, so they don't need to develop more. They only need now to use more money on the mechanic.
The way absorption works is if we give you 100 for development and you only use 11 bob. You see, we already planned to use 100. That means we need the development. That's why we gave you 100 bob, but then you only used 11 in that year, right? So it does not mean we don't want the development. It means you just use 11 bob of what we gave you. So kama ni nyumba ulikuwa unajenga, you kind of absorbed only ka foundation level, na tulikuwa tunataka hospitali yote, mulifanya tu foundation, you get. So we still need the entire hospital, so kind of like that.